Hello friends, you're with the Lonesome Gamer, and I'm playing Eldritch Horror. And I think it's actually looking pretty good. I might be misjudging this, but I think, I'm pretty confident, and I might be actually able to win this. I already solved the first mystery, and now I'm with the second mystery, and I already placed 3 of 4 Eldritch tokens there, and it shouldn't be too hard to place the last Eldritch token there too. So yeah, I'm kind of optimistic here. And then there is only one more mystery to go. We still have a few turns left. I mean, this thing is now at 6. Okay, we got 2 open green gates, 1 red gate, and a single blue gate. So I guess, well, hard to tell, but I think I have at least 3 more turns or something. So that might be enough to, maybe even 4. So that might be enough to to finish the game successfully. So we'll see. My problem is I probably will not be able to close these gates, the green gates. There's simply too many monsters on them. And 2 powerful ones. So therefore, I'm pretty sure that's not going to happen. Another problem is that duel here, which comes closer to the pyramids and might bring some problems to the pyramid board, the Egypt board here. I think my overall plan is now to bring Harvey, what's his name? Mark Harrigan, to Tokyo, kill the warlock, maybe close a gate there would be cool. Think about closing that gate here too. And I really wonder if I should move Harvey also for now to the pyramids, simply ignore the other gates. And I'm not sure, of course, what's the last mystery, but it might be also a mystery which can be solved here on the Egypt sideboard. And if we got 3 people then over there, we might be fast enough to do it. That's a little gamble, but if things go wrong, there's still a good chance to get away from here. We can move from the pyramids right away to India, for example. There is this space from Cairo to India. So we're not completely isolated there, right? So Harvey starts. And let me see what we're gonna do. We might rest. That might be a good idea. That would allow us to pray too. And where is number 15, by the way? That's where we got to make our courier run. That's down here. It's pretty far away. We could also grab a spell. Well, I could also wait there. Maybe that's not such a bad idea. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. If I'm going to get activated by Nephrin cast special ability, I can move to Rome then anyway. So for now, I think I'm gonna read my tome once more. using 3 dice. That was a success. So now I'm allowed to gain a spell. Simply take a random one here from underneath the deck. So that is the Arcane Insight. Choose yourself or another investigator on any space and test lore -2. Roll 1 additional die for each tome possession you have. If you pass, that investigator gains 1 clue. Now that's also a good one. Oh, I forgot, I got 2 +2 to my skill, so I could have rolled with 5 dice for the lore. But okay. And then I'm going to pray. So I can roll 6 dice there. Well, actually, I'm going to rest, and I'm also going to pray. By the way, I got to lose a sanity, huh? Yeah, exactly. So I got to lose 1 sanity. I regain that, and then I'm going to pray. Okay. After resting, let's see. Oh, you got to be kidding me. No success here. That sucks. Okay. So, then it's Patrice. Okay, so with Patrice, I think I'm going to stay in the Bent Pyramid. That gives me a chance to gain an artifact in the next turn, or during the encounter phase, which would be cool. I'm going to rest with her, so that gives me fine. 1 health and 1 sanity. Then I can try to get rid of the madness condition. And yes, I was successful here. Very, very good. And finally, I can now read that stone tablet. So I got to do a lore test -1. So that I got 4 lore here. Sadly I didn't make it. Okay, and then I think I'm going to do a focus action. Yeah, that makes sense to me. So now it's Mark Harrigan, and with him I want to leave the area, so I can move for free here to Cairo, and then with my first movement action I actually end up here at here at space 17 in India. So I got 1 action left. So what do I want to do now? Well, I could also heal or rest, but I'm not sure if I want to do that. Buying some stuff is also not the best idea. I already have 2 of these, and I'm pretty sure I cannot have more than 2. It's really hard to tell what I want to do here. I could prepare for travel, of course. That might be an option. But what do I want to take? Hard to tell. I think I'm going to take another ship ticket here. And finally it's Zoe. Now what can she do? She could move to Tel El Amarna. In case things go wrong, she can also try to close, to fulfill that mystery in case that Patrice cannot make it. So yeah, maybe I'm going to do that. I'm going to move here. Well, that's not a movement action though. It's basically a free action. Then I can take a... It's not that great. I think I'm simply going to take... Do I have... healing doesn't help. I'm simply going to take another focus marker here. And there's not a lot more I can do if I wanna hang out here, try to grab a clue token. So I guess I guess that's it. It's not too spectacular, but I think it is actually for now the best I can do. Let's see what the encounters bring. So first it's Harvey Walters. You learn much from studying a stranger's collection of statuary. Gain 1 clue. Wow! That's amazing. Okay. You have to ask him to let you leave. Okay. So let's see, that's not so easy. We gotta roll. We only have... That's not true. We got a +2, so we got 4 influence. -1 is 3. And we made it. Very cool. If you pass, you depart with a gift. Gain 1 treasure map unique asset. Awesome. Okay, so this is in Tel El Amarna, so that could be pretty helpful. Maybe we can gain something interesting there. Very good. Patrice. Now it's getting interesting. She's here at the pyramid. So we got to draw a card, and I think these are pretty hard encounters, but we're going to see. Something is trying to free itself from a sarcophagus, but you have not yet finished your search of the chamber. You may continue searching to gain 1 clue. If you gain the clue, the mummy of a long-dead wizard attacks you. A mummy monster ambushes you. Well, actually, I think I'm not gonna continue searching. It's not necessary. So I won't do it. But now I'm allowed to discard that clue token. And now, according to these worshippers of a forsaken pharaoh mystery, a cultist ambushes me, and if I kill this guy, the mystery is solved. So let's see. First I gotta pass a will check here. I got a will of 4. Okay, no big deal. And then gotta pass a lore check. And here I got a lore check -1 actually. Because of the ley line, the map of the ley lines, I still have a lore of 4. And I made that too. So I managed to kill this guy, and yeah, we solved the mystery. That is very, very good. So, things are looking still really good. Tel El Amarna. Let's see what happens here. A felucca rests on the riverbank. Inside you find strange symbols carved into the wood. We gotta do a lore test here, and I'm pretty good in that. Yeah, I made it. If you pass, you read the journey of a madman as he travels up the river. Gain 1 clue and spawn 1 clue on the Nile River. Very good. So, place 1 here, and we gain 1 for ourselves. And yeah, that's basically it. Now let's check the Mythos card here. Okay, we'll see. Now, this thing moves on, and that means now that we have 1. This thing moves on for 1 space. And now these effects are triggered. That is not good. Let's start with this one, the Warlock. I really hope that I don't roll a 1 or 2 now, because that would mean I get a curse. And I was lucky here. No curse for Mark Harrigan. I think there is nothing special. And now we're going to see what that means. The duel moves. It's activated. 1 space toward the nearest investigator. Then each investigator on this space or an adjacent space loses 1 health and 1 sanity. Okay. Now that's kind of interesting. So I'm not absolutely sure if I really understood that. But I've a viewer, he tried to teach me how that works with adjacency on this board here. So from what I understand it now, if I move, for example, here with this guy, this is the nearest investigator, right? Or one of the nearest investigators. That would mean that this space 17 is adjacent to Cairo, okay? But then here, these local paths are basically treated like normal paths. So therefore, the Bent Pyramid and Tel El Amarna is not adjacent to India. That means they don't take any damage, but of course Mark will, which isn't good. So he loses a sanity and a 1 health. Okay. Well, it's not terrible, okay. So, next. We gotta move... this sucker. The werewolf. Move this monster 1 space toward the nearest investigator. Then each investigator on this space loses 1 health. Now that's also interesting. I could move the werewolf, I think, also here, because it's an adjacent space, right? So I guess I can actually move the werewolf also here, and that means that he loses another health, but that's okay. He's pretty fit. And I think this is actually for now... No, that's not true. We got to activate the cursed. Wait, there's still a little bit. Shit. Okay, let's wait a minute. So we got to check now the ancient one. Okay, so that means we got to move all toward the bent pyramid one space. So that means I end up again in Cairo. And she won't move. She does move. So therefore, she loses 1 sanity, which is okay, I guess. And what next? Now we gotta check for the Mythos cards. There are no in play. Possessions, the Cursed Sphere. Okay, let's see. No 1 or 2, please. That's fine. No problems here. And I think that is it. Yeah, that might be it. Yeah, I think I'm done here. Then we got to spawn another gate. Okay, well that's interesting. This is a red one, which isn't too bad because we just passed the red space, right? So let's draw a monster here and hope it's not a terrible one. That's a giant penguin. We place it here in Antarctica, and I think I can live with that. Okay, and then we will read the terrible truth. Now that you truly grasp the significance of what you have learned, each scribbled note becomes unbearable to contemplate. All the books you have read and the icons you have scrutinized suddenly make sense as a single mind-shattering truth. For each clue an investigator has, that investigator discards that clue unless he spends 1 health or 1 sanity. Well, that's not too bad. I think I want to keep the clue here, so I give away a sanity, and she might give away a health. That's okay, basically. And now things are getting really interesting, because now we can check our last mystery. Stricken from history. So heinous were the deeds of the dark pharaoh that it was ruled after his death that his existence be purged from all written records. Some evidence may yet be found, however, by those who know where to look. When this card enters play, each investigator moves the nearest clue on the main board to the nearest space on the Egypt sideboard. Okay. After an investigator resolves a research encounter, he may spend 1 clue he gained from that encounter and place that clue on this card. At the end of the Mythos phase, if there are clues on this card equal to the number of investigators, solve this mystery. Okay, so that should be possible. I mean, it's not easy, but it's not terribly hard, right? So let's see now. Well, first of all, wait a minute. Each investigator moves the nearest clue on the main board to the nearest space on the Egypt sideboard. I find that a little bit confusing, actually. So, okay, let's start with Harvey. So he can take, for example, this clue here from Helsinki and move it, I don't know, anywhere on the pyramids. They are basically both all the same distance away. So I guess I'm gonna place that to Alexandria. And then we continue with these guys here. So that is that's hard to tell. I think he can simply take the clue from the heart of Africa and place it here in Cairo. And then we still got 2 clues. One is placed here at the bent pyramid, and the other one is placed in the from the Himalayas here. I'm not sure if it is allowed to place 2 clue tokens on a space, but, well, I mean, the card says you have to do it, so I think it is okay. Okay, fine. So, yeah, let's continue. Okay, so I mean, basically all we got to do is we got to get these clues, and that's all, right? I mean, yeah. Okay, so we only want to get these clues, and that's it. So I guess I'm simply going to completely ignore the gates now, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to move with this guy to the pyramids, and well, I can simply move to Alexandria then, and I still got now 1 action left. So what do I want to do? I think I want to rest. Okay, yeah, why not? I mean, just make sure not too much goes wrong. So I guess I'm going to rest here, and that allows me also to pray. So I got 6 dice. Yeah. And this time I have a success, and this time I'm also going to flip the card and see what happens. The elder god Nodens hears your prayer and sends his night gaunts to fend off the alien beasts. With the threat to the world dampened, you are able to focus completely on sealing the Ancient One's power. That sounds good. Retreat doom by 1. That's awesome. Then, if there are Eldritch tokens on this card equal to half, wow, that's great. Half of the number of investigators advance the active mystery by 1. Then discard this card. Absolutely cool. So that was exactly the case. That means we actually can place a clue token on the mystery. Awesome. So we only need 3 more. Patrice. Well, what is she going to do? I think she's also going to rest. Yeah, why not? There is no reason to take any chances, to risk a lot. It's looking good. So we're going to rest. We're going to try to read the stone tablet, which gives us, we can do that with 4 dice. And we were successful this time, so let's flip this. The secret path to immortality is hidden in the tablet's text, but understanding such concepts requires the focus and concentration of entire lifetime. With smaller bouts of focus, you should be able to realize some of the key points related to this ultimate goal. Resolve 1 effect of your choice. Recover 1 health or discard 1 injury condition, then flip this card. Improve 1 skill of your choice, then discard this card. Now, that's also tempting. I think I want to improve a skill here. I'm not absolutely sure which one it's going to be. I mean, we are really good in will and lore. We have a problem with strength. But I think I'm going to go for influence. Yep. Okay. And then I'm going to discard the card. So that was my first action. I got an action left. But there's nothing to do, actually. Well, I could trade if I want to with her, but I don't see a sense in that. No, I won't, I guess. I'm fine. Mark, well, he's hanging out in Cairo. He's a little bit in trouble. He might have to face these monsters here if he's not successful in in dealing with this clue in the next turn. He could also try to gain the lucky ring. That's not a bad items, though. But I'm thinking about resting because my sanity is pretty low. So I guess I'm gonna rest too. Not too much happens here. And yeah. And there's not a lot more I can... Well, I'm in a city. I could try to roll a die or I could try to do such an acquire asset action. Maybe that is useful. I'm gonna give it a shot. Why not? Well, that's a single success. Now, I could take a bank loan, but that is kind of risky, right? I could take a bank loan to take the lucky ring. Not sure if I want to do that, though. I don't think I will. So the ritual candles, well, I could take them, but they are pretty useless because I don't have a spell. I think what I'm actually going to do instead is I'm going to exchange one card. So I'm going to discard the guidebook. I wonder... let me check something. Okay, I think it's allowed. I think I can change this asset here. I'm gonna draw another one. A lodge researcher. Nice card, but well, maybe we'd take him. I don't know. In the future. Okay, so and then it's Zoe, and well, she's also in that kind of situation where she's simply preparing to gain another clue token, so therefore she also might simply heal, maybe focus, and that's it, right? I don't know, I mean, I think that's fine. So I'm gonna heal, restore my sanity, grab a focus marker. I mean, I know this is all not very spectacular, but I don't see a reason why I should start making crazy moves here. It seems all pretty solid. And this is it. And if I'm really lucky now, I can finish the game. I don't think I will, actually, but you never know. So for now, it's Harvey Walters. And he starts. So he's in a city. An archaeologist probes you for information about a recent dig. Okay, so he's got an observation of 5. That looks pretty good. Quite promising. And he made it. Very good. If you pass, you realize he belongs to the Brotherhood of the Beast and that they are searching for something. Gain this clue. Okay, cool. So, that's looking now really, really promising. One clue for this guy. Now, when exactly can he place... Yeah, okay, he places now the clue. Oh, wait a minute. That's kind of weird. Oh, yeah, actually he doesn't gain he gains this clue here. Okay, and then he places the clue on the card. So that means we now got already 2. So only 2 of these 3 have to be successful, and that's it. I'm pretty sure we're going to win that. We still got lots of time left. No problems. If things don't go completely mad. Patrice, well, let's see what she has. She's over here in the wilderness, but she's in a really good shape. You meet a confused-looking traveler on the road and offer your assistance. Influence -2. That's not easy, but luckily I improved my influence just during the last action, so I can roll 2 dice here. And I made it! Really good. If you pass, the traveler claims to have been exploring a dark passage deep within the Great Pyramid of Giza only moments before. Gain this clue and 1 random ally asset from the deck. Okay, awesome. So, simply place it here, and we gain an ally. Okay, so we actually have a treasure hunter here. Gain +1 observation and +1 strength. You may reroll 1 die when resolving an observation or strength test. This is absolutely amazing. So just in case things go wrong, she can try it again in the next turn with this guy, and she's really well then. So it's Mark, and he is, well, we'll see about this guy. I mean, these 2 guys are probably the best one when it comes to the overall abilities. He because of his cursed sphere, and she nearly improved everything. Mark might have to struggle a little bit, but let's see. He's also in a city. You find markings in the margin of a time-worn text of resurrection. You ask the librarian for a list of who has checked out the book. Well, okay, I mean, there's a good chance we can do that. We have 3 influence, so yeah, we made it. We also had still 2 focus, no problems here. If you pass, she finds the names for you. Gain this clue. Awesome. There we go. And this is it. We made it. Well, officially the game is not over yet, but yeah, I think it is actually. So now it's Zoe, and I wonder if she should try to gain an artifact. I mean, we don't need that clue anymore. So therefore, I think she simply tries to gain an artifact, therefore draws one of the other cards, and I hope that's not the you lose instantly card. Hunting horrors appear to defend the pharaoh's throne room. Well, okay. Now she's got to do a strength test. She's got 3 dice here. And she wasn't successful, but she can re-roll 1. And she can try that again. She didn't make it. If you pass, you find the treasure. If you fail, their bite becomes infected. Lose 1 health and gain 1 illness condition. Well, okay. Okay, so she ended up with a poisoned condition here. Yeah, then we draw the next Mythos card. And let's see, now this thing moves on. That means that we got to move on 2, down to 4. We got to spawn gates. Wow. So it's that's even harder now. Okay, so we see a cultist here. And what is that? Another cultist. All here in San Francisco. And in Tunguska. We have a witch. And a star vampire. Advance the omen by 1. unless investigators as a group spend 2 clues. Can we do that? Yes, we can. So why risk anything? Let's spend 2 clues. No big deal. Okay. Then we gotta spawn 2 clues. One in Rome, and it's 21. And then, no peace for the fallen. You can feel the decay clinging on you. This sickening putrefaction is everywhere, and you feel the toll it's taking on your friends lying in hospital beds. Discard all possessions on defeated investigators' sheets and return all defeated investigator tokens on sheets to the game box. Then the lead investigator gains a cursed condition. Okay, so that's it. And the game is won. At the end of the Mythos phase, if there are clues on this card equal to the number of investigators, 4 clues, solve that mystery. That's it. We made it. And I haven't won that game for a long time. And I think it's the first time that I've won a playthrough here on camera. Well, I think actually it wasn't too hard. What I didn't like too much about this guy, that is that it, well, I think it focused too much here on that Egypt board. You know, you could, at least to some extent, you basically could simply completely ignore all the horror happening in the world, focus on that board, and then it's pretty easy to solve the mysteries in time. At least that's the feeling I had. I mean, I must admit, I think overall, during the whole game, I was pretty lucky with my die rolls. There is no doubt about that. I guess I had a few tough encounters and yeah, also some well, kind of hard rumors. But I think in the end, this time luck was more on my side. Yeah. Still, I don't know what really to think of this guy. I mean, maybe, as I said, maybe things focus a little bit too much on this map. I mean, of course, it makes sense that you know that you play on this map if you got the expansion, if you play with the map. You also need a reason to move your investigators on the map. I mean, I hate these expansions where you simply place a map there, just, oh wow, I got a new map. But in general, you can more or less ignore it and still be successful. That's not the case here, and that's a good thing. But if it then goes completely to the new map, I kind of don't like it also too much. So I'm not sure, maybe it was kind of a special thing here. Maybe the other mysteries, maybe not all the mysteries focus on the map here, and I was just lucky. That's all possible. I don't know. Anyway, of course it's a good expansion. I mean, this game lives from its expansions, and every additional card we gain is great. Every additional monster we gain. Harvey Walters alone is awesome. So therefore, yeah, great game as usual, great expansion. Still love Arkham Horror more, but that's another topic. So, yeah, hope you enjoyed it, and hope to see you on the next video or on lonesomegamer.com.